What it do, Red Nation? It's your boy Chris Harris with another Rockets recap. I'm gonna keep this one brief because I got off work late and um, yeah, just several reasons. Distractions, late getting off work. Need to watch the recap. If I get when I get opportunity to watch the recap, if I have any updates on my impressions, I will let y'all know. But I'm gonna keep it buck with y'all for what I did catch and what I did glean from the game. Um, First and foremost, like we always start off where we always start off, we're gonna look at the box score real quick. We had your boy Amen Thompson, 20 points, 4 rebounds. Oh no, 15 rebounds. Excuse me. 4 assists, 3 steals, no blocks. Dylan Brooks, he was a plus 19. Dylan Brooks, 11 points, only 1 rebound, 2 assists, 3 or 4 from 3 point land, uh, 4 from 8. General Operation Shingun, 26 points, 12 or 23, uh, 10 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals, no blocks. Fred Van Vliet, 19 points, 7 of 15 from the field, 2 of 9 3 point shooting, uh, 12 assists, 12 big assists, 4 steals, a block. Jalen Green, 29 points, 7 of 15 from 3 point land. Excuse me, 10 of 22 from the field. Um, 8 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals. Uh, Jeff Green, 7 points, -6, 2 of 4 from the field. Low key, he played well from what I saw. When Houston was kind of lifeless, didn't have much going on, he provided a spark off the bench. Really kind of helped turn the game around a little bit, the energy of the game around. So the big shout out to Uncle Jeff. Cam Whitmore, 17 points, 3 of 3 from 3 point land, 6 of 8 from the field, um, 1 rebound. There's a video of Cam going around on the internet right now where it looked like he didn't want to dap up Tari. Looked like he might have been a little frustrated. Couple things on that. I won't spend a lot of time on it. He's young, y'all. He's 20. I understand everybody's like, you got to have the right attitude, and I get it. I agree. I'm a leader in my organization for work, and the bad attitude. No one wants to work with the bad attitude kid. You know what I'm saying? So I understand where the sentiment is coming from, but I will argue that we should have patience with him. He played a really good game. He provides what we need: instant offense, microwave offense off the bench. Honestly, we really could have afforded to give him more minutes. Amen played 41 minutes. Fred 38 minutes. We really could have afforded to give him more. At least in the 20s. So I think that's one of those situations where, um, yeah, I understand. Like he has to mature, but also on the flip side of that coin, like we don't have focusing on the giving minutes to a couple players that are more defensively attuned. When like especially in the first half, we were struggling offensively. Um, I don't know. Like I don't see like I think that Cam needs to learn, and I also think that Ime can do better as well. And normally in situations in situations like this, there's some fault to go around. It's not all anybody's fault, but I think really truly when it comes to Cam, he needs a little bit more. He probably needs a little bit more attention, and also like when he does do well, I think he needs to experience a tangible benefit for his good play. I understand, like he's been behind a couple players that probably in probably haven't been as deserving ever long leashes they've gotten. I haven't been as deserving of the length of leash that they've gotten. So that would be frustrating. Also, when he has played well, sometimes it hasn't again reflected in his minutes. Like I say, he probably uh, doesn't necessarily understand why some of the dynamics that on the team exist as they are. So a little bit of time, a little bit of communication goes a long way. So I'll leave that at that. Steven Adams had Jason Tate 2 points in 14 minutes. You could have cut some of Tate's minutes. 1 of 4 from the field, 0 of 1 from 3-point land. Steven Adams 11 minutes, 0 of 1 from the field, 0 points, -7 in his time on the court. 6 rebounds though. So his presence has been more beneficial as of late than it had been earlier in the year. Landale inconsequential. Aaron Holiday had a lot of minutes. Only 23 minutes. Only scored 4 points. 1 of 3 from the field. 2 of 2 from the free throw line land. 2 rebounds, 4 assists. Nate Williams again inconsequential. So with all that, just a few observations from a game that I really wasn't able to be as focused on as I would like to be. I think that it's one of the few games that we've seen, especially in recent memory. I don't think it was as uncommon early in their careers. But we saw Alperen and we saw Jalen kind of go off at the same time. Really came alive in that third quarter. Erupted, really. It was good to see, quite frankly. Both of them kind of come alive and do their own thing. Want to see more of them feeding off each other and each other's gravity. But can't complain too much. Baby steps in the right direction. Jalen's shot has been looking good, and again, as I said last time, you can tell the difference between when he gets set versus when he's drifting left to right. So he's been taking a moment to kind of settle himself before taking the shot when that's all possible, at least until he gets going, and I think that's been very helpful to him. Really pleased with the progress that he's shown over about the last 4 games. He's been coming along. Sengun started off with a clunker. I was gonna be like, oh, gotta defend this cat again. That's my boy. Come on, man. But he came alive in the second half. I don't know what's going on with his shot. He's leaving a lot of things short. He's probably tired, quite frankly. But hopefully he catches a second win. We're getting closer and closer to the All-Star break, so hopefully he'll get an opportunity to kind of catch a second win and be a little bit more rejuvenated, revived for the final push of the season. But he's leaving things short, which typically indicates tired legs or fatigue in general, that type of stuff. To me, like, just leave the 3-point shooting alone until the rest, the fatigue factor kind of has resolved itself. Because I doubt he's gonna make any right now. Cam, I mentioned him earlier. He had a pretty big role too. Again, when we were kind of lifeless in that first half, I thought Jeff Green and Cam Whitmore had a really big part in kind of keeping us afloat until the superstars or our stars, I guess, got going. Amen. The same energy, the same injection of rocket fuel, if you will, into the team that he has brought and he continues to bring. Was there tonight. Kid just is a 1% athlete in the NBA, and the kid's just nuts. Insane on the boards. Still, that lack of jump shot is a detriment. And will continue to be a detriment until it's fixed. But I do love the hustle. I do love the energy. I do love that he pushes pace. Helps Jalen quite a bit. I think that there's some synergy there where they're feeding off of one another. But I don't think it can be fully realized or fully maximized until his jumper's more functional. His teams are really just leaving him wide open. And again, he can crash in and make things happen. He can also catch alleys. He caught one in this game, at least one in this game. But for him to be fully maximized, if he ever gets a jumper, it's a wrap. It's just a wrap. But like I said, no issues with his game tonight. I thought he had a really good game. Plus 19 in his minutes out there, a great time, a great game. Really, Dylan Brooks was the only starter with with a negative plus minus at -7. Fred VanVleet, touch on him briefly. He exited the game a little early, but the post game said his post game press conference said he was okay. Good stuff. We need Fred. I know or we need we need somebody in Fred's role. So what's kind of happened, I think, throughout the course of the year is that, and this has been kind of happening, and people kind of, I don't think people notice as much as I do, but Jalen has been, a problem for a while, right? For some years now, if we're being completely frank, and the energy that people, initially poured into, Jalen being the problem is very, very rarely the problem, but into Jalen being the problem, it got stale after a while because we all knew he was a problem, but we just there was nothing we could do about it because the team was determined to kind of see it through, to whatever end. He got the contract extension, whatever. So this year we come into this year, and Fred's having a really rough beginning of the year, and then the conversation, since we couldn't at first last year with Shingun was an issue for Jalen, but you couldn't really dump a whole lot on Shingun because he was really our best player. This year, Fred was struggling and Jalen was struggling, so the people had Jalen fatigue, so they kind of shifted their blame to Fred, right? And for good, bad, or indifferent, right? Like, we have podcast hosts that are talking about, hey, we need to bench him or trade him or whatever. I think Fred still has a very important role to play, unless, and we'll kind of get to that in a second. But he has a really important role to play. He's, probably he and Shingun have great chemistry. He still settles the team down. He still is our best assist man. He's very he's a calming influence on the floor for the most part. Whenever he's not in CTE, Superman mode, Kid is a good player. Okay, Kid, he's a grown man, but he's a good player. He's really he's more of a positive than negative in this game. He was a plus 17. The issue that I think we run into, that we have been running into, or that we will run into, is that the issues that Jalen was having, playing off ball, were compounded by Fred playing on ball, and since Fred being on ball wasn't super productive, he was having a bad year up until very recently. Then they were compounding one another, and since again everybody had Jalen fatigue, we kind of dumped on Fred. Now the conversation is still kind of like, hey, let's get rid of Fred. When now that Jalen shifted to more on ball reps, Fred doesn't look so bad. And honestly, the way that the team is functioning right now is kind of a good look. Like, I think everybody kind of has a role that benefit. We have a pretty good chemistry, offensive chemistry, when everybody's kind of clicking and everybody's healthy and everybody's right. So I don't mind Fred's role, quite frankly. I guess the issue will come to a head once Jabari's here and healthy. But I would not be terribly upset if Jabari was coming off the bench as a full-time backup 5. I wouldn't be terribly upset if we did end up moving Fred in a larger trade for some type of a point guard with better that's taller, that has a better shot. Who that is, I don't know. I haven't really put a whole lot of thought into it. But I don't like the dumping on Fred. I don't think that is fair. Because again, Jalen has been bad for a while, and now he's finally catching his stride. So I don't want to sound like a Debbie Downer when it comes to Jalen. I think he's playing very, very well these last four or so games. Kind of hopefully turning the corner. We'll see. Keep him up, fingers crossed. I think the on ball reps are super duper helpful for him. So I hope he keeps it up. And with that, again, shift to putting Fred off ball. I think again, thinking more about it as I'm talking, we could probably find a better off ball point guard, point guard or even two guard. Kind of depending on what's out there in the market, like a Devin Booker would be a no brainer if he's looking better than he's currently playing. But if you can find somebody in a two guard mode, that would be depending on the type, as long as they can hit some shots, could be pretty deadly. So it really kind of broadens the market. So I wouldn't hate a Fred trade, but again, I just think that it's not fair to cite him as so problematic. Just specifically because we're stuck with Jalen, and we've been stuck with Jalen. And now that again, may not be a bad thing at this point, but initially we were just literally stuck with him, and we had to kind of find he's had to find a role, and now maybe he's found a role that fits him that's a positive for the team. Any other observations, thoughts? Steven Adams looks a lot healthier, has been doing good in his minutes. Shout out to him. He wasn't positive, like a big time plus in this game. He was -7 in the minutes that he played, but he gave us good minutes. He helped Sengun get some time off the court to kind of reset himself to have a better second half. So no complaints there. Also, Washington's terrible. Like, they have some talent. Like, they have some young guys that could go, and they play hard. But they're just not a good team. They don't have a guy. They probably don't have a B guy. They have a few guys that can contribute maybe down the line, but so they remind me of Houston the first year of Harden, like Harden's trade request year, and Washington has been rebuilding for a while now, like since Bradley Beal was traded. Like, it's been, and even maybe before then. It's just, I don't know. That's it. That's all I got. So, one thing that I do want to announce is that I will do, once I hit 10 subscribers to the channel, I will do a Amazon gift card giveaway of $10. I know, not a lot of money. I know it's a recession. But for each milestone mark, I will give an Amazon gift card for that milestone. So 10 subscribers, I'll give a $10 gift card, 20, 30, etc. So on and so forth. I don't know when we'll stop, quite frankly. But that's coming around because I appreciate the love and want to get something back for those that are tuning in and keep tuning in. So I appreciate the love so far. If you have any thoughts, you just please feel free to type anything in the comment section. Swing by, holler at your boy. Check any Twitter feedback, any YouTube feedback. I'll respond to. So holler at your boy. If you agree with my takes, great. Post that. If you disagree, post that. If you would like to see Cam traded, post that. If you want to give Cam, if you believe Cam deserves some grace, as I do, post that. Just holler at your boy. We'd love to get some conversations going on the YouTube channel. And with that, peace and hair grease.